So this year's been a really exciting year for Hey Mummy because we were asked to join the Pampers Baby Board, which is so cool. And we got to go on a very exciting trip a little while ago.
We did. We went out to Germany. We flew to Frankfurt and then got taken. It was such a cool tour bus, wasn't it? It was
like rock and roll.
It really was rock and roll. We got taken to the Pampers Innovation Center because there was a whole group of us, all with our cameras and our phones and our
all
tripods.
The bloggers and vloggers of the UK.
But it was actually quite secret, wasn't it? It's not somewhere that most people get invited to.
We had a sort of a board meeting at the beginning where we were given lots of history and background and facts, fun facts about Pampers. And then
that's where we saw that the people who work at the Pampers factory placed as much importance as we do on our babies sleeping through the night with a dry bottom and not getting nappy rash.
Yeah.
They think that's the most important thing in their development as well.
And we got to see it firsthand. Now we got to go and see around some of the testing rooms, and this was one of Anna's favourite bits, wasn't it?
Well, it was, just because there were loads of babies there. And I just thought it was the most phenomenal thing ever that they would have these mums who bring their babies in. There's a kind of rota system, so a few mums at a time bring their babies in. It's a really warm environment, so the babies are quite happy without loads of layers of clothes on, and they're in their Pampers nappies,
and they just get to play.
There's scientists who are watching these babies playing, standing up, sitting down, crawling babies who aren't walking yet, toddlers, all in Pampers nappies. Amazing that they're using these children and making sure that their nappies really work. They place so much importance on developing the perfect nappy.
And there's another room where they can put a child in the middle, and they actually have these special cameras from all different angles, like the kind of thing that they might use to film like a 360-degree rotation in a movie.
They use them in computer games.
Yeah.
Because I've done some motion capture, but it was amazing. But it was amazing seeing it on a baby.
It was amazing.
Just phenomenal.
It was very cool. And then we got to go to the biggest secret room in the whole place. Now this was the one room that we were not allowed to take our cameras into because the competition out there would be so desperate just to see even one segment of the machine. This is the machine.
It was your favourite bit, wasn't it?
It was so cool. The machine that actually makes all the nappies, and this giant red button which we had to hold Muggins back from actually running.
I had to be bound and gagged. I was desperate to touch something.
It was an incredible piece of machinery, and they were saying that the competition would just love to see even one of the cogs that goes in, so they could get an idea of what goes into it.
It was nappies for 10 years time, which is just phenomenal.
This was one of my favourite facts of the day.
Far in advance.
Yeah, you know the latest nappies that have got these new channels that give your child not only they can absorb even more than they used to, but also let them have even more movement when they're walking around if they've got quite a full nappy. That new nappy started in development 10 years ago, and we've only just got it, and then we got to see a secret pack of nappies, didn't we?
We did. I begged and pleaded, didn't we?
They're not out yet.
We were just allowed to touch the packet, and the packet doesn't even have any.
No, it didn't have any
nothing on it. It was just a plastic packet, but it felt really exciting.
It was exciting, and you might think, really? Well, it actually was, because this is something that's so important to parents. You know, we were talking earlier about what parents would give for a decent night's sleep, and also to know that their kids do not have moisture sitting against their skin for, you know, long periods of time. And that was another testing room as well, where they did the moisture tests.
This is my favourite bit, because it took me back to going to science lessons.
When you want to be the one that gets asked to do the demo.
Enjoyed. It was like we went into a proper science laboratory, and first of all we had some nappies demoed, and they showed us the different types of nappies, and they talked to us about quite how much fluid a baby will get rid of during the night. I think it was about 120 millilitres, which is quite a lot of wee.
A lot of wee.
And so to develop a nappy that can hold that much liquid away from a baby's body has to be quite an amazing thing.
Absolutely. And you know, it was just really cool to see it, how much goes into it, and how much thought, and how many years, and how many scientists and developers and designers. I mean, it was phenomenal how many people it takes to bring these nappies to us.
So yeah, we came back. We believed in the brand before we even went on the Pampers baby board, but having gone on that trip, which we didn't know what it was going to be like, going around a factory.
I thought, oh yeah, that's going to be really exciting.
Think of other things that we could do. But actually, we came back just buzzing about the brand and
genuinely impressed.
Loving being a part of the Pampers family, because it really felt like they care about mother's sleep and baby's sleep.
And not just sleep,
lovely.
Just general comfort during the day as well. You know, I know parents are always talking about sleep, but you know, it is that general, you know, knowing that this brand is keeping your babies dry. So would love to know what you think about Pampers, and you know, have you learnt anything from this video that you hadn't even considered? Do let us know in the comments below, and we'll see you on the next video from Hey Mummy.